Happy New
Good
Year.
morning. Happy New
Happy
Year is right.
2017.
Right.
Did everybody have a good holiday?
Terrific.
Yeah.
Any highlights?
Crazy. I performed for First Night and Sandwich.
Yay.
Oh, you did? What'd you do?
I performed some of my Fat Ass Cancer Bitch holiday pieces.
Oh.
Believe it or not, I have a whole body of work. But
I get
Yeah,
a whole
holiday
body of
specific
work.
stuff.
I like that. Yeah, anything, you guys?
I sat in bed, which was actually my resolution.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Tame it down. My oldest got engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
So we have a wedding next New Year's.
Oh.
So that's
Oh,
exciting.
that's exciting.
And
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
her theme is rare animals in love.
what?
And instead of Mother of the Bride, I'm coming as a leopard.
Oh, my
No,
goodness gracious.
They want people in costume.
Is this like a fetish thing?
Wait till you see it. I'll send you the thing. It is so charming.
Please
so
send it to
millennial.
all of us. We
It's
have
crazy.
to see
Rare
that.
Animals in Love, and 50 people, 3 days. She's rented a whole facility for us, and she's got all this crazy ass stuff going on. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to say
Is this
that.
like cosplay? Like
just
furry costumes and everything?
Yeah, she said bring a costume. She said I need you to be a leopard. I'm in.
Is it in California?
Can we come?
California.
Where,
Oh,
what's the
how
venue?
exciting.
The venue, I can't remember the name of the place, but it's in St. Louis Obispo. Is
Uh-huh,
that-
right.
And it's a ranch. And it's small, 50 folks, I guess, and 3 days, and it's going to be a riot. And she sent me a singing invitation.
Oh, how cute is that?
So cute. No, so my kids are not really my kids. They came to me as a result of their mother passing away. And so they're very sweet. But I love the fact that she's got this wacky little thing. I'm hoping that those 12 years with me have rubbed off on some level.
If they have. They have.
I think they have, yeah.
I think they have.
The
leopard.
singing invitation just was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
honey,
great.
can we listen to it one more time? So that's
That's
fun.
great.
That's very
Well,
cool.
you know,
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, and unfortunately, as we all know, and we have to mention, it was not a Happy New Year for everybody in the Falmouth area, especially. I know we lost two very, very special young men, James and Owen, and though I think much has been said about the tragedy that went on, a lot of amazing things happened in Falmouth, and Annie, I just wanted you to talk about that because...
Well, you know, it was such, there but for the grace of God go I, right? Any one of us could have lost our child. We all had this deep sense of empathy and identification with this, and the community just rose up and embraced the situation, the folks. The calling hours were unmanageable. There were so many people. They went till 10 p.m., which is unheard of. The hockey teams that came from all over Massachusetts to support the family and line the roads. The folks the GoFundMe page, which I think is terrific. They raised over $100,000, not only for the families but for the scholarships, hockey scholarships, things like that. It was just so extraordinary. And then I was touched. I don't know either family personally, but a friend who is very close with the Higgins family called me and said, on Tuesday, and said, can you throw dinner together for 40 people on Thursday?
I can't throw
course she
dinner
called
together
you.
for
Yeah.
So, so I reached out not only to Sotheby's, who I work with and for, to my colleagues there, but also to my women's networking group, the Cape Cod Women's Roundtable, and just said, here's my charge. This is what I've got. What can we do? And within 24 hours, I had dinner for 40. Sean Daly, who was deeply touched by this whole event of Eat Your Heart Out Catering in Falmouth, he contributed, as well as Troy Clarkson made the call to the Jarvis brothers, and the Quarterdeck very graciously gave us the basement room, the lower level room.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Because finding a place where the press couldn't get in was a really big deal. And the Quarterdeck actually locked us in because these folks, some of them didn't come till 10:15 for dinner.
Right.
And they were closing. So we were locked in. The woman, Beth, stayed with us. She was amazing. And until everyone needed to go around midnight. But people just rose to the occasion to celebrate and embrace and comfort. And my women's group from Provincetown to Sagamore brought hot dishes. It was really beautiful.
Which brings me into something I read on Facebook that's a little bit more generic, but I read somebody said, this year I'm starting an appreciation jar. And of course, thinking about those kids makes you appreciate everything that you had. And you take a jar, and at the end of the week, you take a piece of paper, write just one thing that you did during the week, something that you really appreciated, put it in the jar, and next New Year's Eve, you read them all with your family. And you can do that in St. Louis Obispo.
There you go.
Dressed as a
Right.
Yeah, what an awesome idea. I'm going to start
Isn't that
one.
neat? I am. I'm starting
Yeah.
it. I'm doing my first one on Friday. Now,
Yeah.
my resolution, if you recall, was to be more zen this year.
Right.
So
Good luck.
we have, we're all going to be like that because we have Michelle Iskowitz from the Inner Rose Studio in Mashpee Commons with us today to start us on a road to meditation. We're going to take a break and be right back with Michelle. Michelle, we are so glad that you're with us. We are all a little bit stressed after the holidays. We've all made resolutions to be a little bit calmer and more zen, and you're going to show us in 2 minutes how to do it.
All right, just like that. We're going to
Yeah.
meditate in 2 minutes flat.
Okay.
So one thing in yoga that we talk about is not setting resolutions for the coming year, because what happens with resolutions?
They fall apart.
Yeah,
We
they
break
fall apart.
them.
So we set intentions, and those intentions are really from your soul, and really some deeper things, like I'd like to become more zen, or I'd like to relax a little bit more. So in our meditation practice, we find some of these moments of mindfulness, if you will. So the simplest way to do it is sit comfortably. Give your shoulders a little shake, and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just notice how you're breathing, and notice how you feel. And count to 10. That's the simplest way. And notice if you're counting to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or if you're counting to 10 in a mindful way. And you start to pay attention to breath. So the mind can only focus on one thing at a time. So if we're focusing on counting, you're not thinking about the laundry and picking up kids and going to the dentist and that kind of stuff. Or maybe you are. Maybe you have that kind of brain. But we try to keep our minds calm and cool. And taking a deep breath. And exhale, sigh it out. Okay, now gently open your eyes. And hello, how's that?
Hello. Yeah.
See, moments of mindfulness within your day. So one of the common misconceptions about meditation is that you need to have this full practice and sit in this upright position on a cushion and have candles and beads and then the whole thing and Hare Krishna in the background.
And my house,
that's all
my
wonderful.
house has to be clean.
The house has to be clean. Yes, I agree
Nothing
with
on the
that.
floor.
You can't, like, and then you start picking things off the ground, like if you're sitting there, So, and that's okay. So you're finding these moments of mindfulness. So find 5 minutes in your day to start. And then the next time you sit down, try for 10. And if sitting down doesn't feel good, like sitting on a couch or a chair might be ideal, and that might feel wonderful, or lying down. If you fall asleep, that means you need it. So you can go behind a closed door and tell your family, I'm going up to meditate, and lie down on a pillow and get a blanket and put on soft music, and you zone out. I mean, that's really all you need to do. It's taking that time for yourself.
I use an app. Do you know about you must know about
there's
the
a few different
meditation
apps out
apps?
there.
I use
Yeah.
one called Mindfulness. And
We have the same one. We
do you
love
use
it.
that?
Not as much as I should.
Yeah.
I get sidetracked so easily. Like I'm like just now, I was trying to count to 10, and then I didn't know if I was doing it right. So I looked around. You guys are all deep
Doing it.
meditation. I just I'm not good at.
You're great at it, though. You're already great at it. So if you remember, without judgment, that's a key thing. We live our lives so much judgment on ourselves, like, oh, I should be breathing deeper, or I, should be this or should be that, or my hair shouldn't be as gray, or my, that's why we call it.
Why am I not
I'm not taller, or we can go on and on and on, right? So
Right.
we live with this judgment, and if we start to take these little bits of non-judgment, and especially starting in mindfulness and meditation, so if we can sit for 5 minutes, sit for 5 minutes like a little kid, right? And then try it. And then if your mind wanders, guess what? It will. Because we're humans. So that's okay, but it's that consistent practice, 5 minutes a day. Try a little bit in the morning, a little bit at night, or maybe during your day. Not when you're driving.
And no, but it's really important to be able to focus on yourself or something like that for 5 minutes at a time.
It's really important.
I have really trouble sitting down still for 5 minutes, so I'm going to try this.
Try 2 minutes.
Okay. No judgment
2
from
minutes,
Michelle.
No judgment. No, try
Okay.
it for 2. I teach a class at the studio. It's 1 hour, and it's breathing meditation and mindfulness. And you get a little nudgy lying down in a bolster and with a blanket and listening to my voice for an hour. It can be a little, now I can't think of the word because I'm so relaxed. But you know what I mean? Like it can be one of those things where your mind starts to go like, oh, what time is it? I need to get out. I need to go to work, or I need to go to bar class, or whatever it is you need to do. And your mind starts to race. And with what we do in mindfulness and meditation, it teaches you to take a step back, again, without judgment, but to take that step to breathe. And honestly, counting the breath is really, really helpful, like we did a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I like
that was
that.
sort of
I've
a
never done
faster
that.
version, but counting the inhales and exhales, inhaling into the belly and exhaling out of the belly, and finding this deeper breath. So we're going to do
Betsy's
another
already
one.
doing it.
Yeah, so here she goes.
Yeah.
So now I have to say
excellent.
thank you because we need to move on to our next guest. But Michelle, thanks so much for coming.
Okay, I hope it helps. So where are you located? We're located at Mashpee Commons, 30 Steeple Street.
Oh, great.
It's a
And
great
you have
spot.
A
Full schedule, and we're open all day. We have a store. We have a school called Cape Ep Yoga School. We train teachers. And we have all kinds of
They're
programs.
online. You can check the
What's
schedule.
your website?
Interglow Yoga CC. No, Interglow Yoga CapeCod.com. Our Instagram and Twitter, Interglow Yoga CC. Okay. Yeah.
Terrific.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for coming. Namaste.
Namaste. Oh, we're back. We're so relaxed. Next door to Interglow is a wonderful restaurant that I happened to visit recently, Estia restaurant, Mediterranean food. We had a wonderful visit there. Stay tuned for that visit. I am at Estia restaurant in Mashpee Commons with Catherine and Nick. We are, well, let me be truthful. This used to be a tea room, and when I heard it was closing, I was very upset because I had my favorite lemon cake. But since Estia's opened, and I come here about once or twice a week, I don't care about the tea room anymore. I'm thrilled that you guys are here. Catherine, I know you have to go off and do some work, so thank you for joining us. And Nick, can you tell us a little bit about how the restaurant got started?
Well, we were trying to find a location here in Mashpee Commons, and we picked this one here when we knew the tea room was leaving. So we started completely from scratch. We gutted the whole place, and we got a designer, and we put together our concept here of modern Greek cuisine and coal-fired pizza.
Well, you used the word scratch, and you had been telling me earlier that all the food here is made from scratch, fresh every day.
Everything, yes.
Everything?
Everything is made from scratch.
Even the
It's allowed-
spanakopita?
The spanakopita is special.
Aside from having all of the traditional Greek dishes, which are, every one of them is delicious here, you also have coal-fired pizza, the only one around from what I understand.
That's right. Coal-fired pizza was established when the first Italian immigrants came over to this country. In New York, there's still a couple of famous places left, and in New Haven, Connecticut, Pepe's, and they cooked with coal back in the day because it just produced the greatest heat. It gets so much hotter than gas or wood, and we've been in the pizza business, in the Greek-style pizza business, for almost 40 years, and when we discovered this kind of pizza, we just converted over to it, and I think it makes the ultimate pizza.
Really? How long does it take to cook in there?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. How hot?
It's 1,000 degrees in there.
1,000.
1,000.
So you promised you would give a little demonstration
I did.
of how to make the pizza.
Okay.
Okay. This is the hard part. Nick makes all of the dough by hand, by the way. He's stretching it out. Is that the right term? You're stretching it out
We're
on the...
stretching it, yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to make a margarita pizza.
Okay. Tomato sauce. Does margarita pizza always have the mozzarella on it like that, cut like that?
It's traditionally the fresh mozzarella.
Okay.
And you-
I'm gonna try making this at home. Oh. Put it in the oven. 2 minutes, he said, it's going to be done and ready. As you can see, there's lots and lots more pizza making that's going on here. Pizza is ready to come out of the oven. And here it is. Oh, that looks delicious. Look at the crust is fabulous. Wait a couple of minutes before you cut it, or no?
Nope.
No?
you cut it right now.
Okay. Ah, a little olive oil. Margarita pizza, that looks delicious. Nick, thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
The restaurant is beautiful. As I said, I come here often. The bar is gorgeous, a great place to come in, have a drink after when the weather starts to get really, really cold. And thanks again.
Thank you very much.
much. That was delicious, girls.
My favorite restaurant.
Is it really?
I love it.
And it's exciting that
agree.
it's
I
coming
love
to
it.
Falmouth. It's going to
Yeah,
be right
well,
on,
that is the
right
best.
on Main Street. Isn't that
I
great?
give a lot of gift certificates as housewarming gifts to there because
Oh,
I
right.
love everything about it.
Oh, that's so nice.
So nice.
I agree. It's
Okay.
my sneaky little lunch place.
It is?
That's
Yeah.
me.
I'm surprised I haven't seen you.
Right, I will.
At the bar.
Okay, guys, any good books? It's winter. I'm spending time in the house. I'm doing a lot more reading than I do in the summer and the spring. I'm reading this book, Grit. It's about how perseverance and determination
And you promised to
planning
loan
a
it to me.
business, and it's yours right after this show. How about you?
I'm reading Ghost Walk, which is a ghost story, a little bit about Isaac Newton, the 17th century and
Nice.
21st century. It's spooky.
Oh, okay.
Good for a cold night in my pajamas.
Yeah, that is good. So I'm reading Hemingway's Wife, which is I think the second or third book about Ernest Hemingway I've read. I think I don't like the man, but I keep reading his books or books from his wife's point of view, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
This is a good one.
Oh, good.
That's because he's had so many wives. They have a lot of different point of views.
They really do,
They
yeah.
do.
And this one actually talks about all four of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to read that one too.
Okay.
It's a good one.
What's your name?
So I'm reading Daring Greatly, which is Brené Brown. You've probably heard of her. And the only reason I picked it up was because I saw her speak at the Massachusetts Conference for Women, and she was so captivating. And it's all about leadership and going forward, moving. Because remember, I'm the business planner,
Yes,
so
yes.
it's all about kind of owning your power. And she just puts it.
You
in
have
a
no
way-
trouble owning your power.
well, sometimes I get a little. Anyway, so it's really a great book. It's a good
Okay.
book, a cheerleading book.
Good. You can put this and that together. It'll be a good match.
Voila.
Okay. And I do have to say, I just saw the movie Manchester by the Sea.
Ouch.
Have you seen it? Ouch. Painful.
Ouch.
Very, very painful, but
yeah.
really an excellent movie.
Beautifully done.
This afternoon, I'm seeing La La Land. I think
I can't
that'll
wait
be a
to
little
see it.
happier. Yeah.
I saw Harry Potter and the Beasts. What was that one?
I don't know.
The most recent.
The most recent, the Amazing Beasts and Where to
What'd you
Find Them,
think?
whatever. I loved it. We loved it. Julia
Yeah.
loved it. We went as a family, and
Oh,
it was
fun.
awesome. We were the only ones in the whole theater. It was great.
I love when that happens.
I
Private
love that too.
showing.
I
Right.
love that. And if somebody else comes in, I get really annoyed. Really annoyed. Which,
You have to be 17 rows from me.
have you heard of the show Sing, the movie Sing?
I think it
My
looks
mother
so
saw that one.
charming.
I heard it was
It does.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Good to see. Okay. I want to stop for a second for a break. And when we come back, I want to know if anybody, oh, you're probably all too young. I want to know if anybody recognizes this voice. We'll be back.
Wow.
Are you ready to quit smoking?
You might want to quit because of the cost.
Or maybe for your health or your family.
You may have tried 5 times.
We know it might be challenging.
But if you're looking for advice on how to get through this,
The Massachusetts Smokers Helpline is here to help.
I'm a quit coach.
we're here to walk you through the process.
Usted puede dejar de fumar.
You can do it.
Call the Massachusetts Smokers Helpline.
1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can quit smoking.
This is Mary LeClaire, and I'm from Mashpee, and you are watching Mashpee TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On Deck, a view from the Cape. And now, your lovely hostesses.
Come on in here, David.
Wow.
Great. Now, thank you for the intro. Does anybody recognize that voice?
I do.
Do
My
you?
mother.
Well, this is David Iseman, and he is a realtor here in Falmouth. But the most interesting thing, just a quick little aside, is David and I went to a summer program for a couple of summers when we were 14 and 15 in Georges Mills, New Hampshire. Yeah,
Is there scandal?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Between us, you mean? Or huh? I don't remember.
No.
But anyways, never did I see him again from 14 years old, and we are in our mid-60s. And all of a sudden, I moved to Mashpee and found out David was in Mashpee. So it was so funny. But then when I introduced him to my husband, he immediately recognized his voice because David's former life was as a radio host, KISS 108 and Magic. So just tell us a little bit about how you got into that. I know you went to Emerson College.
Yeah, I went to Emerson, and I entered as an actor, and then I found out quickly that's a really tough way to go. And radio is sort of performing, and I always was fascinated with what happened on that little box, and always liked radio. And the college, Emerson, offered 2 radio stations and theater, so I was in a play every term and on both radio stations.
Wow.
And I thought I was a big deal because I was on the air in Boston, which technically I was, but somebody said, you need to have somebody pay you. So I ended working up in Key, New Hampshire, and Lowell, Massachusetts, and I remember getting up to be in Lowell at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning to get 1 hour of airtime.
Right. But they paid you.
Yeah, they paid me, and I was paying my dues, which is something you have to do for most jobs, and that you start in a small market.
Building your resume.
Right. So eventually I got into a full-time job working for Kurt Gowdy in Lawrence at his stations. And
Nice.
I produced his ABC radio show, and that was quite the experience. He was a lot of fun. And he's got quite a history, or had quite a history, R.I.P. Kurt. And so that was a nice break. And then from there, I got a very, very lucky break. I was a DJ in nightclubs, part-time, to earn extra money. And so I knew disco, and I thought disco and radio were a natural combination. So I had a disco radio show, and a guy in Boston heard it. That's right.
That was my disco, thank you.
Picking the apples from the tree, is that what that was called?
Was it?
I think so, wasn't picking the apples from the tree?
Yeah.
So a guy in Boston heard me, and I got a lucky break to go into Boston.
Nice.
And that was great. And what was your tagline?
It was, I hope the check clears.
Okay.
That's mine too.
Right?
Every day.
Okay.
Eisman with an
Hashtag I
I
hope
is
the
what I
check
think you're
clears.
aiming for.
I am aiming for Eisman with an I.
Because it was a practical matter. My whole life, my name's been misspelled. It's Iseman.
Right.
Most people spell it Eisman.
Oh,
So
right. Okay.
on the phone, I'd be talking to somebody and go, Eisman, Iseman. Is that Eisman? So
So that's how it came about, okay.
it was an accidental gimmick.
Okay, and it worked because you're very well known in the radio business. I know that from lots of people. And we were talking about people who come and live at the Cape and kind of reinvent themselves. So you must have, from radio to realtor,
Right.
how'd that happen?
Well, I came down for radio to start in a small market as a manager. And I managed a station which is now cool 102. It was light 102 at the time. And I wanted to be a program director. And so I had subsequent offers from other markets. And then I met someone, my future ex-wife, and
Is that an
Welcome to Cape
oxymoron?
Cod.
Yeah.
stayed for love.
And has a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
Gorgeous daughter,
Yeah.
Allie, who's in college in Manhattan, who's actually taken up acting.
Wow.
Okay.
Apples and trees, I'm
runs
just
in
saying.
the family,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Right, great.
Did David have a dreamy voice in junior high? Do you remember thinking,
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Unlike
Hubba,
David,
hubba, hubba.
at 13.
At 13, I
His
think he
voice
was.
hasn't
I
changed
think he
yet.
was
Yeah.
squeaky.
Hi, Betsy.
When the show is over, I will show you a picture of David and me when we met when we were 14, because he sent it to me, or I got it off a website or something. So it's
Right.
pretty funny. So then you met the future ex-wife. She
Right.
became the ex-wife, and you stayed.
Radio here just didn't pay what it did in Boston, and I was prepared for that. And then we had Allie, and I needed to earn a better
Real
living.
money.
And I didn't want to travel to Providence or Washington, D.C., where I had job offers. So Jim Foley, who has run Foley Real Estate since 1972, was always involved in our radio stations on a charitable basis. Very generous man, very knowledgeable, humorous, and he said, if you're ever interested in real estate, give me a call. I did. For some reason, I passed the exam, and then I started, and it's been a fairly fruitful 17 years.
Oh, that's 17 years you've been here?
No,
17
I've been
years
here
in
for,
real estate.
for 30.
Really?
I've been on the Cape for 30, which is...
And we've known each other most of those years.
That's right.
We have traveled similar, and he's one of my dearest. We have
That's a nice
once a year
discovery
we
for
have
me.
once a year we have one of those lunches where we kind of bear it all, right?
And Annie gives me all the answers that I need.
Yeah, because that's the kind of girl
What
I
more
am.
could you want? Okay, David, thank you so much for being with us. It was good to see you, good to reconnect with you.
Thank you. And I love the view here.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
The view
I
is
like it.
fabulous.
Thanks.
Thank you.